You know, Bobby Jaxon is the kind of guy who clearly holds grudges. He's the kind of guy where if you owed him $5 and you were a day late paying it, he would remind you every day for the rest of your life.
Well, let's be serious. I mean, when Bronson made his surprise, and it was a surprise return to UCW 0, he took off the spikes that Bobby Jaxon wears to the ring and drove them into the face of Bobby Jaxon, lacerating him quite badly. If you're going to hold a grudge, that is a good reason to do so. A knuckle lock here in the middle of the ring. We don't see this every day. Nice maneuver by Bobby Jaxon. Gains arm control with the ringer. Bronson trying to find an escape here. Trying to roll through to find the escape, and does so. Nice hammer lock here by Bronson. Both these guys know their technical wrestling holds, as showcased there with a nice headlock takedown by Bobby Jaxon.
Well, you know what, let me put it to you this way, Derek. If you didn't have to work, right? If you and I we didn't have to work, we didn't have to do anything like that, if you could learn anything you wanted to learn, what would it be? You just had unlimited time to learn anything.
How to play guitar?
How to play guitar, okay. Bronson's been in an insane asylum. He's been in an 8x8 padded structure for years. What do you think he's been doing with all of his spare time? He's been learning how to do things like chain wrestle. He's been learning how to do things like counter certain moves, and he should have been able to counter that, but that's okay. Things happen. You know, he's had a lot of time on his hands, and that's why he's as good as he is.
Well, there you have it. I think right now, I guess he learned how to knee a face to break a dragon sleeper. Nice maneuver there. What a right hand.
I'm sure there's a nurse or two who's had a broken nose.
Well, I was surprised at the beginning of this match we were seeing such scientific wrestling, but that looks like it's out the window. Nice maneuver, that calf kick by Bobby Jaxon, one of his trademark maneuvers to perfection every time.
Well, and you know what? I will say this. It's Jaxon, his ability to get that high. There aren't even NFL prospects that have that kind of a vertical.
Yeah, and if I said this last show, I think when you look at Bobby Jaxon, he's got all the tools, but I think if he has one Achilles heel, if you will, it's sometimes he lets his emotions get the best of him, sometimes to his own detriment. And we'll see how frustrated he will get as this match goes on.
You know, the one thing I will say about Bobby Jaxon is that not necessarily the most vocal guy. He will be vocal when he needs to be, but he mostly, is an actions bigger than words kind of guy.
Yeah, did you see that? Bronson, full head of steam, driving the elbow right into Bobby Jaxon. Trying it once again, looking for a Frankensteiner. Nice maneuver. And he says he's got flips. Nice counter there by Bobby Jaxon. Oh my goodness. Looks like he was trying to go for perhaps a missile drop kick. Did not get all he wanted.
Well, and you know what? The thing is that this isn't a team sport. This isn't something where you can throw a ball from one player to another and easily make contact. Your opponent is not always going to cooperate with what you want, especially when it doesn't help your opponent.
Yeah. Bronson able to kind of turn his shoulders to avoid most of the contact. Nice forearm, wasn't able to avoid that. He blocked it with his face. Oh, what's this? Oh. Back body drop on the floor. Oh my goodness. And that could be the turning point. Bobby Jaxon, I told you that he lets his emotions get the best of him. Right there, his momentum got the best of him, and it resulted in him crashing to the concrete. Ooh. Bronson says he's going to get crazy. Oh, my goodness. Throwing his posterior right at Bobby Jaxon, excuse me, right to his face.
You know, I don't even like front flips into a pool, let alone on concrete.
Yeah, but if you're going to take out your opponent, I mean, you can't argue with the results there.
You know, Bobby, I'm never going to get used to this. Bobby Jaxon, another competitor who is going to be in the UCW 0 main event, teaming along Dante Acosta and Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio's first time in the UCW 0 ring, going up against Martin Casals and the 801 District, Ultra X champion Junior X, and I believe he will retain the title, but it still has yet to be determined. So I will say current UCW heavyweight champion Los Mochipacos.
And Bobby trying to fight back here. Hits the ropes. Oh, and then eats a spin kick. What a maneuver there by Bronson. Man, he's been impressive in this matchup so far. Covers both shoulders. Gets a 2 count. Bronson's starting to look a little bit frustrated. He's got to maintain his composure, which is hard to say for a gentleman like Bronson.
And, you know, when I think about the 15th anniversary show, and of course I want to focus on these matches, so I'll talk about these two. At the 10th anniversary show, I remember Bronson faced off against Nick Valentino, who back then was formerly known as Chip. And of course, Bobby Jaxon as Jason Jackson had a match one-on-one with the Deacon of Doom.
Yeah, and it's amazing how things can change just in 5 years. Both these guys have gotten so much better. And when you talk about them both getting better, they converge right now as two of the top-tier competitors in UCW Zero. And I guess tonight we're going to find out who is the better of the two. Right now, Bronson getting the better of Jason Jackson, shoots him hard into the buckle. And Jason Jackson looks worse for wear, grabbing his lower back as my broadcasting partner argues with his presidential competitor. You look a little off your game with Marcus by you.
No, I'm fine. Listen to what Bronson is saying. He's saying, I'm sorry to have to do this to you.
Jackson trying to mount a comeback. Oh, right to the breadbasket of Bobby Jaxon. Full head of steam. Oh, elbow right to the top of the head. Man, Bronson has been impressive. And what do you think if he scores a pinfall here against Bobby Jaxon?
You know what? Done it before. He can definitely do it again. One of the things that I don't think a lot of people remember about Bronson is that former heavyweight champion, just the same as Bobby Jaxon. Former Ultrax champion, just the same as Bobby Jaxon. I think the reason why, I could easily say that Bronson probably doesn't get as much respect from the fans as he should. And I think the main reason for that is that Jackson currently, I will say currently, is performing at a pretty consistent level in the main event arena. Whereas, Bronson had to take some time off, so he's rebuilding.
Yeah, and I think you bring up a good point. I mean, we asked the question why Bronson attacked Bobby Jaxon, and maybe we're getting the answer right here. To unseat Jackson as a top-tier competitor here in UCW Zero. And Bobby firing off some right hands after the Thez press. Ducks the line. What's he going for? German suplex. Oh, and he got it. What a maneuver by Bronson. That's one of Bobby Jackson's favorite maneuvers, and it was used against him right there.
I will say I've never considered Bronson to be a body guy, but he put body, heart, and soul into that suplex.
Counter, what's this? Oh, Blue Thunder Bomb, one of the trademark maneuvers of Bronson. And these guys are trading each other's moves used against each other in a battle that is really heating up here. Which competitor is going to gain a vertical base first and hence have a big advantage here going into the final stages of this match?
Our audience doesn't know how to count.
It seems to be an epidemic in the wrestling world. And who's going to gain the momentum here? Answer, Bobby Jaxon. Oh, what two stiff clotheslines. Jackson looks determined right here, looking for a suplex, and he got it. And look at the determination in his eyes. He loves to use that patented elbow drop off the top rope. Done with his own shake and sizzle. Will it be the maneuver right here?
God, I think it's too early. I think that Bronson is going to...
Oh!
Never mind.
Adjusting in mid-air, almost a corkscrew frog splash of sorts. I don't know what to call it, but it landed perfect.
Almost in mid-air, decided that an elbow was not going to be enough.
And Bobby not showing as much frustration as almost disbelief. He thought he had Bronson there. But like we said, Bronson determined not to be one-upped again by Bobby Jaxon. Jaxon looks poised in the corner. What could he be going for here? Oh, instead he catches a kick. What a maneuver by Bronson. Kicks him off of him. What's Bronson going to do here? He looks poised. He looks ready. It looks like an idea just popped in that crazy head of his. What could that idea be? Looks like we will find out soon enough, Josh. What is this?
Oh, boy.
Oh, my goodness. Corkscrew, flipping ace crusher. Landed perfectly, but he cannot capitalize. You got to think if he was able just to adjust his body, make one 360 roll towards Bobby Jaxon, he could have a 3 count here.
I tell you what, man, those high-risk, high-reward moves, you got to question them sometimes because that move was way high risk, and I don't think the reward was high enough, even if it was 100% successful.
Both guys almost leaning on each other to get to a vertical base. Bronson saying that he's the staple, and he's looking to prove it. Count. Oh, went for that neck breaker. That's what he beat him with last month. Oh, misses the spear. What's Bronson going for? German suplex again? No, roll through. Hooks the leg.
Not like this.
Oh, he got him. And Bobby Jaxon proves he is still the staple of UCW 0. Despite the best efforts of Bronson, he was definitely game tonight. Not game enough to get the 3 count.
I don't understand all this staple stuff. I mean, why would you want to be a staple? Be something like a nail or a screw or a bolt.
Well, right now, you got to think Bronson thinks that Bobby Jaxon is kind of the proverbial screw in his thumb. Some frustration being shown on Bronson's face. Almost looking across the ring and somewhat, I don't know what to say about this. Face to face, center of the ring. And he outstretches the hand. I don't think we've seen this from Bronson. And what do you know? A sign of respect. Respect earned through competition. Gotta love this, Josh.
I'm not a fan. If you'll excuse me, Derek, I've got a team I need to go recruit.
Well, you do so. And in the meantime, we will prep for the second half and a hot main event to this UCW 0 card. Tough love.
Are you ready for high-flying, hard-hitting, non-stop action? Ultra Championship Wrestling has you covered. Don't miss a second of the action. Attend the live show or watch us on Amazon. Tickets available now at UCW.com.